The global economy stalled. The whole world is in an economic crisis. There's unemployment, housing at crazy prices, inflation and wars. We all feel the pressure. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, the impact is everywhere. From big cities to small towns, we're all connected by the economy. They tell us it's growing, but try telling that to the people struggling to keep a roof over their heads. Right now, families are juggling multiple jobs just to get by. Because right now, the gap between the rich and the poor is huge. And you see it most clearly in housing. Fancy towers stand next to rundown neighborhoods, showing a shocking difference. It's simple math. When a lot of people have trouble paying rent or a mortgage, the whole system starts to freeze up. Eviction notices become common, and empty apartments stay too expensive to afford. We're talking about the economy not moving, folks, and it's like a party that flopped, but all over the world. Empty shopping malls and closed small businesses show this is true. The problem isn't just that housing is expensive, it's that it's totally out of touch with real life. Property prices go up like crazy, getting further and further away from what most people can pay. We have teachers, nurses and firefighters working really hard, but they can't even afford to live in the towns they help. These everyday heroes deserve better. Meanwhile, a few people are making tons of money, not by making anything useful, but just by owning property and watching its price go up and up. This unfair situation can't last. This situation didn't just happen by luck. Someone very smart, someone very powerful planned it, and they designed this money system based on private ownership of land. It's a rigged game. Making the whole planet private property is the biggest rip-off humanity has ever seen. It's much worse than a crime. It's time to turn the tables. People need to come together, demand changes, and work together to build a fairer and more just future for everyone. Rent is way too high, housing costs and the crushing weight of inequality. Let's talk about inequality, okay? Because when it comes to housing, the scales are tipped so far in one direction, it's a wonder the whole system hasn't crashed down. The difference is so obvious, you just can't ignore it. We've got people working 2, sometimes 3 jobs just to pay the rent, giving up their time and health just to keep a roof over their heads, while other folks are buying their 10th vacation home with money they did absolutely nothing to earn. It's a picture that really shows how unfair our system is. It's enough to give you whiplash. The inequality is so extreme, it's like a cartoon, but it's real life for millions of people. The thing is, this isn't just about some people having more money than others. It's about how chances and resources are shared. Make no mistake, we're not just talking about money, we're talking specifically about this. How land is shared for everyone. It's about the very setup of our economy. A setup that keeps inequality going and makes it hard for people to move up. It's about a system that rewards hoarding land, speculating on it, and getting money without working for it. On the other hand, it punishes new ideas, hard work, and actually making things. A system that values money more than people's hard work. It's about a system that sees housing as just something to buy and sell to make a profit, instead of a basic human right. A system that puts profits before people, and it's a system that's failing most folks. A system that really needs to be changed to be more fair and equal for everyone. Working hard, getting nowhere, the disconnect between work and reward. Remember what our grandparents used to say about how back in the day you could work, make a decent living, and maybe even buying a house was a lot cheaper? Yeah, those days are long gone. You see, somewhere along the line, the link between hard work and getting ahead just broke. Wages have pretty much stayed the same for decades, while the cost of living, especially housing, has shot through the roof. This isn't just bad for workers. It's bad for the whole economy. When folks are struggling just to cover the basics, they don't spend money on other things. That means businesses suffer, jobs are lost, and the whole cycle of things not getting better just keeps going. We're stuck in a really bad downward spiral, and the only way to break free is to fix the main problem, this disconnect between work and reward. The landlord class, making profits without making things, and how that eats away at our shared well-being. Now let's talk about landlords. And before you jump in with the not all landlords thing, just hold on a second. Yes, there are some small landlords out there who are just trying to get by. But then there's the other kind. The big companies, the hedge funds, the super rich folks who see housing not as homes for people, but just as a way to make more money. These are the folks driving up the prices of land, rent and houses, buying up properties left and right, and turning whole neighborhoods into their personal piggy banks. They're making a lot of money from something everyone needs, a place to live, and they're doing it without really adding anything good for the rest of us. They're not creating jobs, they're not coming up with new ideas, they're not building anything, they're just taking wealth from the rest of us. And that has to stop. This whole money setup can't keep going like this, and it's basically wrecking itself. Planet speculation, playing monopoly with people's lives. So here's the dirty little secret about the housing market. It's not really about homes, it's all about speculation. It's all about buying properties, not to actually live in, but to sell them later for a profit. It's like they're treating homes just like poker chips in some big high-stakes game, and it's real people's lives that are at stake. This kind of speculation is what's pushing prices sky high, making it seem like there aren't enough homes to go around and turning the dream of owning a home into a far-off fantasy for millions. It's like a casino where the house always wins and the rest of us, we're just left empty-handed. It's time to shut this casino down and build a housing market that actually helps people, that meets their needs. Housing isn't just a product, taking back our right to a home we can afford. Let's be super clear, a home isn't just something to buy and sell, it's not fancy stuff. It's something we all need, just like water and the air we breathe. It's a basic right for all people. Without a place to call your own, it's like having no job, no food. Without a safe home you can afford, people can't do well, they can't live with respect. Everyone deserves a safe place to live that they can afford. That's a right you have just by being born on this amazing planet. It doesn't matter how much money you make, what your job is, or where you live. It shouldn't matter if you earn a little or a lot. We should all have the same right to live in this beautiful world and enjoy what it offers. But still, the way things are now, it's like every bit of this planet is owned by someone. It's a really bad system. It's like living through that movie, Total Recall, where people can go to Mars, but life there is awful, full of hardship and sadness, because the bad guy, Cohagen, owned all the air. In the same way, when land is all private, it brings hardship and sadness to our world. It treats homes like just another thing to buy and sell based on who wants it and how much is available. This makes it so only the luckiest people can afford a good home. This is just not okay. We can't let buying and selling decide who gets a home and who doesn't. We need to stop thinking of homes as fancy things and start seeing them as a basic right for everyone. Homes should be for everyone, not just for people who can pay super high prices. We need rules that put people first, not money. Rules that care more about everyone in the community than about big companies. Rules that make sure everyone can have a safe home they can afford. It's really important that our leaders do something big to fix this problem. It's time to take back our right to a home and make a system that works for everybody, not just rich people. Together we can build a future where every single person has a good place to call home. Building a better future, a plan for fair housing and a fair economy. So how do we fix this whole mess? Well, for starters, we need to get rid of real estate speculation. No more treating houses like casino chips. No more flipping properties for a quick buck. We need to make it clear that housing is for living in, not for making a profit, but that's just the first step. One good and simple way to deal with this big problem is to put a tax on empty lots. Right now, many owners of empty land aren't paying much in taxes, which lets them hold onto their properties without any money worries. But if we set a tax of $200 a year for each empty lot, it would encourage owners to build on their land or at least put it up for sale. This tax wouldn't just bring in money for the city, but it could also be used to pay for and improve things in the community, like roads and parks, or even to get rid of other bad taxes that hurt small business owners. Plus, by taxing empty lots, it would discourage speculation, because owners would have to think about the cost of keeping land empty. Putting this rule in place could be a big step towards fixing the housing market, making development fairer and easier for everyone to access. So to sum it up, taxing empty lots is a workable and good way to stop real estate speculation and help create a fairer city environment. By getting rid of real estate speculation, we can create fairer conditions for everyone. This would allow people to get affordable homes, which in turn would give them the chance to open workshops, grow crops, and raise animals. Being able to afford their own homes without crazy high prices would help people become self-sufficient and boost the local economy. Also, by easing the pressure on the housing market, it would create a good environment for small businesses to start up. Local workshops and businesses wouldn't just help the economy, but they would also make communities stronger, encouraging neighbors to work together and support each other. So, by tackling real estate speculation, we're not just fighting poverty, but we're also opening up a whole range of chances for people to do well, grow, and freely help make their community a better place, and create paths to good-paying jobs. Because when people have more money in their pockets, they can afford a decent place to live. It's that simple. A home for everyone, rethinking our priorities and building a fairer future. Look, this housing crisis, it's a sign of a bigger problem. A system that puts profits before people. It's greed winning out over what's good for everyone. But like we've seen, it doesn't have to be this way. We can create a future where everyone has a safe, affordable home. We can build a world where everyone gets a chance to do well, not just get by. We can get rid of taxes that punish people for starting new things. It's time to rethink what's important, friends. It's time to demand a system that works for everyone, not just the wealthy few. It's time to build a future where a home is a right for everyone, not a special perk for some. It's time to create a world where everyone has a place to call home. I want everyone to join the conversation. What can we do to make sure land is available fairly to all and help our communities grow in ways that are fair and lasting? We'll talk more about this in our next videos.